thank you all for coming today. We're here to announce the formation of a new umbrella organization of national Muslim organizations in the United States. It's called the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. As you can see, we have a lot of speakers today. They're going to each give just a very brief statement, and then we'll have time for a few questions at the end. And because there are so many speakers, we'll go pretty quickly to one-on-one to give everyone an opportunity. The first speaker is Osama Jamal, and he is the Secretary General of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. My name is Osama Jamal, spells O-U-S-S-A-M-A. Last name is J-A-M-M-A-L. I'm the Secretary General of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. First of all, thank you, members of press, for coming and joining us here today at this press conference. We are here to announce the formation of the National American Muslim Organizations Get Together, and this is the announcement that has been long been awaited for by the Muslim American community. We're delighted that these major organizations get together in response to the aspirations and hopes of the American Muslim community to have a voice and an umbrella organizations. So we are announcing the formation of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. It's an umbrella group that will serve as a representative voice of the Muslim as that faith community seeks to enhance its positive impact on society. This National Council its purpose is unifying Muslims in the United States, which has been long-term a dream and objective. And the goal of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organization is to help strengthen relationships among the member organizations in order to better serve members of the community as well as our nation. One of the first projects the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations will do is to have a census, a project, and this census project will be announced as we have the teams working on this project. And the whole purpose of this is really to get the to build a Muslim citizenship rights by conducting this census. And the American Muslims in this census will create a database that will be used to enhance political participation in upcoming elections. So we are delighted to announce the names of those organizations, the founding members of the council, the Muslim American Society, the Islamic Circle of North America, Council on American Islamic Relations, and Ministry of Warithuddin Muhammad, Imam Warithuddin Muhammad, the Mosqueers, and the Muslim Legal Fund of America, and the American Muslims for Palestine, and the Muslim Ummah of North America as the founding members. And we are also joined by the Muslim Alliance of North America, and as well as the American Muslim Alliances. And we have, since we have released our news in the media advisory, we have joined by other organizations as well, mosques in local communities. So that testifies on its early days the interest of the community to join and to celebrate something that they have been looking for quite some time. I would like now to introduce our moderator here with the rest of our groups here, that they will make their statements for the U.S. Council.
Next, we'll hear from Naeem Beg, and he is the president of ICNA, the Islamic Circle of North America.
Hello, my name is Naeem Beg, N-A-E-E-M-B-A-I-G. I begin in the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. It is indeed an honor for Islamic Circle of North America to be a founding member of U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. ICNA is fully supportive of this initiative, and we look forward to developing the Muslim community, strengthening the Muslim community, and working for a better American Muslim community and America. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll hear from Nihad Awad, the Executive Director of CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Thank you, Amina. Likewise, CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, is proud to join this historic organization because today is a historic one. We have been meeting for at least 2.5 years in an effort to unite American Muslims on a large platform. No single individual or organization can say we did this. This is the dream of every American Muslim, which is to unify the approach, the agenda, the aspiration and vision of the Muslim community. We are diverse by nature. We are 2% of the population, growing and vibrant community. Islam, as you know, is not an organized religion, but Muslims are organized. And we need a platform to coordinate, to communicate, and unify our vision on critical issues, both to the Muslim community and the society at large. And this is, as Osama said, an awaited day. And we have been working together, so it's a work in progress. People can say, why this, why that? We are open to ideas, to criticism, but this, what you see in front of you, is a historic moment because behind it there have been historic efforts. In the past, many people tried to unite on a limited agenda. This is a broad agenda for the American Muslim community. And it's a great honor for all of us to be part of this moment, to turn a new page for the Muslim community. Some of the issues that we are working on, as Osama Jamal said, is census and also the issues that we care about, like voter registration, the purchasing power of the Muslim community. Muslim voters can be swing voters in key elections, especially 2016. And we are aiming at that election to bring a more participation, more visible participation from the Muslim community. And lastly, civil rights is also an important issue. This coalition is solid on the idea that American Muslims need to be treated with dignity, respect, and equal rights like all Americans. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Mazen Mukhtar. He's the Executive Director of MAS, the Muslim American Society.
Alhamdulillah. Peace be upon you all. My name is Mazen Mukhtar, M-A-Z-E-N M-O-K-H-T-A-R. I'm the Executive Director of MAS, the Muslim American Society. Alhamdulillah, I thank God for His boundless grace and for the opportunity to address you today on this historic day. It's long been a dream of Muslims in the United States to be more unified, to have a stronger voice, and to contribute more effectively to society. So out of a commitment to the universal principles of Islam, a determination to have a deep and lasting impact on society, a deep and lasting positive impact on society, on Muslims and people of other faiths, and out of a desire to give Muslims a greater voice, MAS, along with 7 other major American Muslim organizations, have come together to fulfill the dream and to form the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, a council meant to empower its member organizations and all Muslims, reaching out to Muslims and people of other faiths, to nonprofit organizations, to interfaith partners, to the press, to the media, and to our elected representatives for the benefit of society. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from W. Deen Muhammad II. He's the president of the Mosque Cares, the ministry of Imam W. Deen Muhammad.
Thank you. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Wadathuddin Muhammad. I'm the son of the late leader, Imam Wadathuddin Muhammad, who also is better known by many U.S. citizens as Wallace D. Muhammad, the son of the late leader and builder of the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Imam Wadathuddin Muhammad raised me as a Muslim, as Muslims practice Islam all across the world. His leadership began in 1975, and I feel necessary to give a short history because there's such a stark difference between the Nation of Islam and as Muslims practice all around the world. My father actually sent me to Montessori schools up until the time his father passed, and when he was in leadership, and so I always had an Islamic curriculum in school, and the nature of our religion is, the vision is one humanity, one community, one ummah. And the U.S. Council, I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I'm excited about it, mainly because this reflects the life that I was raised in, that Muslims and many American citizens know us as being an organization that is grassroots and that cared about the communities. There was a lot of a satire surrounding the Nation of Islam movement, but we're known for taking care of the community and being active and being independent in business and unity, and now we have such a broader and a greater vision. In Islam has always been the foundation of this personality that we've had, and I feel like this is a new birth for us as a community to join the family of Muslims as U.S. citizens. My father, you can note that Imam Muhammad also pioneered many of the interfaith movements and a lot of reform in religion overall. This was something that he wanted, and me having the responsibility of continuing his ministry is something that we have as a goal, and I think we've come quite far. We didn't just start this fly by night. We didn't just get on the phone and call each other. We've been working, been more meetings than I've ever attended in my life over the past 4 years. Shura Bainahum, a democratic process, mutual consultation is the order of this council. There's no one leader. We're all leaders, and it reflects the true life of Islam, and I think it's really a historic moment for us, and I'm in full support of it. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Khalil Meek. He's the Executive Director of the Muslim Legal Fund of America.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. I am Khalil Meek, Khalil, last name Meek, M-E-E-K. I'm the current Executive Director and one of the founders of the Muslim Legal Fund of America. Today I'm honored to be here as part of a historic milestone for the Muslim community. God willing, this formation of this council will help to serve the American Muslim community, to increase its contribution to our society, to share in our ideas, our values, and principles, to participate more effectively in our nation's political dialogue, and to have a positive impact on the issues facing society. The Muslim community is one of the most diverse communities, if not the most diverse religious community in America. And we have a vast amount of resources and education and principles and values that we want to share with this great country. We want to contribute, and we hope this platform is the beginning of that opportunity to better serve and to unite our voice for the benefit of all. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Imam Mahdi Bray. He is the National Director of the American Muslim Alliance.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, on behalf of the American Muslim Alliance, AMA, I'm happy to be here. Very, very happy to be here to see this, what I would call historical evolution of more development of the Muslim community in America. Let me say that I fully support this initiative and we fully support this initiative, and hoping and knowing and convinced that we will indeed, through this council, build bridges of understanding, as well as we will develop the type of civic gravitas that will be invoked and invigorated by social and economic justice for everyone. Let me just conclude very quickly. It seems like in Washington, the thing now is to quote Dr. Seuss. You know, everybody seems to do it, Sarah Palin and others. But I will just say to the council, to this distinguished body of Muslim organizations that are gathered, from Dr. Seuss, from the wonderful book that you're on your way. And it goes, whether O'Shea, Malachi, or Bray, today is your day. Get on. You are indeed on your way. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Osama Abou Rashid. He is with the American Muslims for Palestine.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Osama Abou Rashid, OSAMA. Last name is ABUIRSHAID. And on behalf of the American Muslims for Palestine, I'm proud to stand here with my colleagues as we announce the beginning of our efforts to organize and unify the millions of Muslims who live, work, and are a part of the social fabric of the United States of America, a country singular among all the nations of the world because of its strong immigrant history and our pride in the fact that we are the melting pot of ethnicities, religions, and nationalities. Together, we are what makes America strong. Muslims have lived in this country for hundreds of years, albeit in small numbers. Today, however, we are a growing demographic, numbering in the millions, and it is time to organize ourselves so that we can fully participate productively and efficiently in the political process. Muslims in the United States come from countries around the world. We are naturalized citizens and we are American born and bred. We come from a multitude of ethnic backgrounds and we are African American, Latino American, and white Americans. Advertisers have started to recognize that American Muslims' buying power tops $170 billion, a significant number to be sure. But we want to be more than consumers in this country. We want to fully participate and engage in the civic process. We also want to ward off the evils of bigotry and Islamophobia and begin to define ourselves instead of allowing others who don't understand us, who fear us, and even hear us, tell us how we should live and worship in this country. We fully hope the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations will be a unifying voice for our faith community and that it will help to engage the millions of American Muslims in the political process. Bringing American Muslims into the political process and taking our rightful place in public discourse, which is what we as AMP with the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations intends to accomplish, can only enrich American foreign policy and enrich our domestic policy as well. We look at ourselves as a bridge between the United States as American Muslims and between the Muslim world. So we at AMP are proud to be part of this positive process that will help strengthen our faith community as it remains woven within the threads of the beautiful and diverse tapestry that is the United States of America. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Imam Talib Abdul Rashid. He's the Deputy Emir of the Muslim Alliance in North America.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. On behalf of the President of the Muslim Alliance in North America, Imam Siraj Wahaj, we of MANA, the Muslim Alliance in North America, we want to thank Almighty God, Allah, for the opportunity to join these esteemed fellow representatives of national Muslim social, political, and civic bodies in announcing the formation of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. We believe that this particular manifestation of our shared commitment to operational unity will benefit the nation as a whole and Muslim citizens in particular. Various studies by many parties over the years has generated controversy as to the number of Muslims in this nation, often due to a lack of understanding as to the uniquely varied constituencies of Muslim Americans. As representatives of the leadership of those constituencies, our logic tells us that the conducting of a census of American Muslims to create a database that will be used to enhance Muslim political participation in upcoming elections is a critical, practical step toward the exercise of our faith community's civil and human rights in American society. The passage of three landmark pieces of legislation, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the Voters' Rights Act of 1965, and the Immigration Act of 1965, changed the United States of America forever. The Immigration Act opened the country's doors to African, Asian, and so-called Middle Eastern immigrants. As a result of this, over the past 5 decades, millions of Muslims have migrated to American shores to join indigenous non-immigrant Muslims of African, Latino, and European ancestry to form what is perhaps the most ethnically varied Muslim population in any country in the world. The current political landscape of the nation is one in which the issues tied to these very same pieces of legislation, namely civil and human rights, voting rights, and immigration laws and policies, are hot-button topics of discussion and sources of political controversy and struggle. As Muslims, we are just as concerned about these issues as any other Americans. We are dedicated to securing and defending Muslim entitlement to room in what the late Imam Wafiddin Muhammad called America's shared freedom space. Allah willing, the formation of USCMO will provide an effective tool towards that end. We pray for success. Ameen. And this is Imam Talib, capital T-A-L-I-B, Abdul Rashid, A-B-D-U-R hyphen, capital R-A-S-H-I-D. Thank you.
Our final speaker is Mahtabuddin Ahmed. He is the Director of Community Affairs of the Muslim Ummah of North America.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. Sorry. My name is Mahtabuddin Ahmed, M-A-H-T-A-B-U-D-D-I-N, and last name Ahmed, A-H-M-E-D. I am Director, Muslim Ummah of North America Community Affairs Department. Muslim Ummah of North America is a national organization which conducted its activities through its U.S. chapters and sub-chapters in more than 22 states. We strive to organize Muslim involvement in social, religious, and civic activities throughout the nation. As a grassroots organization, MUNA focus on meeting the critical needs for women, youth, and children. As a social and cultural organization, MUNA participates in numerous social welfare and civic activities that positively affect the lives of all Americans. We are honored that as a national organization, we have been part of the process of the foundation of the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations. We are fully committed to pursue the goals and objectives of the USCMO. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we'll open up the floor to some questions, and please state your name and affiliation before you ask a question, and then after that we can go to one-on-ones. Who are you with?
My name is Khaled from Al Television, and my question is why there is no women among them?
Thank-
There is a lot of women leaders in the
Yes, yes, there are quite a bit of leaders among the Muslim American community. And as you know, this is U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, so we're looking for organizations. Within our own organizations, we have a great women leaders, and we certainly looking forward to have women participation in the council as an organizations. So we're not an individual organization, we are organization members, a council of organizations. So we're looking forward, and we're reaching out, and we are encouraging those organizations to come forward and be part of the council. Actually, we have quite a bit of the priorities for the U.S. councils. I can state that we are to build for empowering women by developing and supporting their leadership skills, seeking appointment of Muslim women to leadership positions, and also involving women at all levels of our community or organizations and expressions.
Did you invite any of them?
We did reach out to many organizations. As I said, this is a council in the process, and so we're looking forward to have them.
Ahmed with the Arab American Voice newspaper. Are all major Muslim organizations represented here today?
Well, there are quite a bit of American Muslim organizations across the country. Those are the founding members, basically those of national impact with chapters and offices around the country. So those are, you can consider the true grassroots organizations. We are reaching out to every organization, and invitations been extended. Many organizations are discussing this within their boards. Again, this is a process that we require each organization to discuss that with their own board and have a voting on part of their organization to join the council, so that it's not an individual joining, but it is an organization decision. So we do respect and understand there is a process for each organization to take its time to develop its consensus and approval. And therefore, I can assure you that within a short period of time that the list of member organization to the council would be growing, and we will be announcing.
Are there any other questions? Yes.
I'm from the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs. I'm really interested in the census. It's really important for politicians to see how many Muslims are in this country. How long do you think the census will take, and how will you go about doing it?
Well, to be sure, we have been part of a national project, Faith or Religion in America. And most of our organizations participated in the year 2000 and the year 2011. And it was a guesstimate about the number of of Muslim Americans. So we wanted to do a census to be accurate or more accurate than the previous numbers. American Muslims, because they know themselves and they have access to their mosques, came up with the number of 7 to 8 million. Opponents of the Muslim community shut down the number for political reasons to 2.5, 2 million, and sometimes even people said 500,000. So we decided through our collective effort to conduct a census project. We do not know exactly how much time it will take, but we hope that by the year 2016, we will have a clear idea about the number of American Muslims, their distribution, their resources, their potential. And as you said in the question, it has a potential political presence and effective ability to organize itself in addition to its buying power and knowing ourselves. The whole idea is from this, as many of the esteemed speakers said, American Muslims, through this platform, through the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, are going to tell their own story and are going to define themselves through their own reality. And a platform like this, we believe, is going to be representative of the reality of the Muslim community.
Are there any last questions? Mhm.
As you all know, there is like a division among the Muslim community here in America in terms of political issues in and out of the United States. Some people with or against Muslim Brotherhood, some people with or against Arab Spring. So are you going to handle these issues as well with them?
Yes, luckily and thankfully, we live in a country of freedom of speech, and so we do respect different opinions on political issues. And so this will entail discussions, and each individual organizations have their own position on different issues. The council, when it comes to have a position that will be subject to discussion, it's a council, as you can recognize, and so it will go through the process of discussion and consensus building on positions. But our purpose, first and for all, is the unity of the Muslim community in the United States on the issues that tackle our own very lives. And as a bridge to the Muslim world, we hope and we plan to play the role that will bridge the gap, get the United States and the Muslim world closer. I think there are opportunities to work on these issues that will get us closer. United States is a leading power in the country in the world, and Muslims in America should also take the lead of uniting our other countries for the common good. We certainly look forward to see respect for human rights, for spreading democracy, responding to people's will, and those would be something that some of the values that we look forward to see happening. So we are a catalyst. We recognize our own diversity, and we recognize our different views and different issues, and we will respect that, and we will entertain that, and the council will seek whatever brings the community together rather than divide the community. And I hope my answer kind of touch on these issues, because we know it is kind of sensitive, and we are willing to respect that and give it due attention.
Because I would like to tell you my experience with that. I stopped Friday prayer in a specific mosque because the Imam called for or support part against another. So I decided not to go to this mosque, not to hear to this Imam again.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you know the sensitivity about political issues.
Yeah.
That was in very
Right.
obvious for
Right.
people.
Right. One thing that the council will not play a policeman on the community, who to say what and who to support what. Again, the communities would have absolute right to take decisions on their own in terms of what political views they take. The local masajid will have their own views. We are a voice of unity. We are a voice of setting agenda for the Muslim American community in America to be part and parcel of this beautiful country, and we're looking to enhance our position to impact the society with positive role. I think there are great opportunities to improve that relationship. We cannot keep focusing on the differences and the conflicts. We need to look for resolutions. We need to look for ways to enhance relationship. We will not be bogged down or distracted by local issues here and there. We hope the council will be able to do much of the training, seminars, conferences, conventions that will bring people together, at least if we do respect our own different views. I think that will be a way to move forward. And that is not just between communities, but even between countries.
Yes, just to add to that, as someone who represents a constituency that has no source overseas, let me caution us in the Muslim community against seeing ourselves as being a, quote, divided community as opposed to a community of diverse opinions. One of my rabbi friends back in New York City told me a long time ago, a little joke that the rabbis tell, that they say that whenever you have 5 rabbis in a room, there are 6 opinions. And so, this idea that, we're divided, other people are not. No, we're diverse. The Muslim community in America is no more monolithic than the Christian or the Jewish communities in America are. And there are challenges to being in a country and an environment that is as varied and diverse as this one. So one of the reasons, these organizations that are standing here, we have been, as our brother Nihad said, we've been struggling for some time trying to find ways to come together. It's not just a political challenges, they're ethnic challenges, they're social challenges, they're economic challenges. This is what it means to be an American. So we hope to be able to address these challenges in our own way from our platform of shared commitment.
I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up now. All of the representatives here will be available for one-on-one, and thank you all for coming.
Good.